What's up, guys? Today I have a very special guest. This guy is very close to me. He is a fighter. He is a surfer. He's a skimboarder. He's a boogie boarder. He's a snorkeler. He is a cliff jumper, a rock climber, a Krav Maga student, a Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. I think he checks off the Savage Watermen boxes, everything to a T. My very special guest today is none other than Kingston Avery Brisbane. Kingston, come on down.
Hey guys.
Oh, what's your name again?
Kingston Avery Brisbane.
Kingston Avery Brisbane. And how are you today?
Good.
What have you done so far today?
So far I've gone surf. So I ate some breakfast and then I went surfing for a little bit and then we went down to make pizza. I went down to make some pizzas and then I ate it and then we came back here and now we're doing this.
Now we're doing this. Where did you surf today?
I surfed at Old Man's.
Old Man's. Was the surf big, small?
Medium.
Medium. What's medium for you?
I would call it like half and half, like big, small, and medium. So in the middle.
Oh, okay, so it's medium?
Yeah.
So let's start from the very beginning. What do you remember, when do you first remember surfing?
I pretty much think I was like 2 years old when I was first on a board. And when I caught my first wave, I was kind of like on my belly riding it like a boogie board first. And then I think like a couple waves after, when he pushed me into a really small one, I think that's the time when I stood up. And then I've been surfing ever since then.
Do you want me to tell you when I took you first out, what happened?
Yeah.
So we were on a wave storm. This is my first son, only son. I don't know what I'm doing. I know how to surf, but I don't know how to take a grom out surfing. So we went on a wave storm, and we went out, and I just tucked him in underneath me, and I paddled. And when he, we'd take some white water and whatever, and he'd stand up, and I'd spot him, and he'd ride the waves, right? You remember that?
Yeah.
And then we would do it, I think we started it when you were 3.
Oh, yeah.
And we were doing it quite often, and then my wife, your mom, Alicia, said, I want to see. So we went down, and all the times we'd gone, we'd never wiped out. We always just surfed and had a good time, didn't even worry about it. Of course, when Mom shows up, we go to a different spot, little south swell starting to show a little bit of pulse. And we're out there, and we catch a few waves, and then we catch one, and we nosedive, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
No life vest, no nothing. You had a wetsuit, and you popped up, but were you scared?
No, not really. Wait, today?
No, the time that we ate it out in Huntington Beach.
Yeah, that was.
Because you got a little
fun.
Separated from me, and I remember you came up and you had that oh crud panic look on your face, and I went over and grabbed you, and I could see Alicia flagging me in, like, get your butt in here. That wasn't okay. And we came in, and I said, "What? He's totally fine. We're good to go, right?"
It wasn't really scary. Just like when I fell, like it didn't really hurt. It just like felt like weird when I fell because it was my first time falling, so it was like kind of weird.
Yeah, it's different than swimming in a pool, right?
Yeah.
So that was your first official wipeout, and of course it had to be in front of Mom.
Because I think it was like I dived or something.
Dove
or something.
Yeah, but what you learn from it, right? You get back on the board. But Alicia just happened to be filming that incident, and it was not good.
Yeah,
so,
my mom is really worried about when I surf and fight a lot, and then she like flags Dad down, my dad. To all the.
She doesn't see all the crazy stuff we do on a daily basis, right? So it got her a little nervous.
Sometimes we do board transfers. I do not really.
How did you learn about board transfer? Well, first tell people what board transfers are.
So board transfers are basically when you have like a squishy board, like a foam board, and you can have a long board or just a normal foam board. So like a long board that's foam or just a normal foam board, and then you like put like a different board on it, or you can put like a skim board or a boogie on it, and then you paddle and then you push up, come up with your whatever type of board you have, and then throw it on the water, and then you transfer to that board.
Oh. And then you ride the rest of the wave on
Yeah.
that board that you transferred on?
Yes. And then I did that on my boogie before, and when I get back to my surf spot in California, I'm going to do my skim board. I'm going to try to surf board transfer off and to go into my skim board.
Ooh. Where are you going to try that at?
Doheny.
So where did you get board transfers from?
So I watched a YouTube video. His name's Jamie O'Brien, and he's a pro surfer. He is a 3-time world champ, I think.
No, I don't think he's won a world champ. He's a pipe master.
Yeah, he's a pipeline master.
And he's sponsored by Red Bull to travel and really, but he is really good at pipe. He's one of the best, and all the pros reach out to him and figure out how they can master pipe because he's really good. He grew up right at his backyard was pipeline.
Yeah, his backyard. He lived with his dad right on pipeline. The dad still has a house. He lived like his house was on the sand.
And then where does Jamie O live right now?
Jamie O still lives there. Well,
I think he has his own house behind some other ones. But okay, so you got into surfing. How did you get into skimboarding? Because that's the one thing. Okay, go ahead.
I was exact same age I am right now, almost 8. But so I was 7 when I started skimboarding.
I think you were younger than 7.
No, because I started.
Okay, you go. It's your story.
And so I was 7, and I met my best friend now. He wasn't my best friend in the first place, but he's my best friend now. And he
What's your best friend's name?
Makoa.
What if your other friends hear that? They're gonna know that Makoa is your bestie.
Makoa and Anuhea, and then Makoa, he taught me how to skimboard. He in the very, 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 very first place, before I even knew a pro skimboarder, he taught me. So he taught me not the shove it.
Makoa did?
No. He taught me the how to do the drop a little bit.
Who did?
Makoa. He taught me a little bit of the drop, and then let me think. He also taught me how to do. So you drop it on the sand, and then your board like spins
Why don't you do
around.
The hand movements up here?
So look, so you drop your board on sand. This is sand, and then you turn your board all the way around with you on it, and then that's what he taught me too. Which it was really hard to get me that down. It's still really hard for me to get that down. And then that's what he taught me, and then I moved on, and I knew a pro skimboarder. His name was Brad Domke. He taught me how to skim. He taught me to shove it. He taught me how to turn on a wave. He taught me how to slide out really far. And he also taught me.
You've also had Blair Conklin teach you.
Yeah, I had Blair. He taught me the same exact things. And also
Anthony helped you out.
Yeah. Who was it? What was the other one he did?
The trick?
Shove it. No. He did the monkey drop. He taught me the monkey drop. Yeah.
Who? Brad did?
Yeah, Brad.
Okay.
And that's all.
What's your favorite maneuver in skimming? What's your favorite trick?
My favorite trick. Let me think. I would say my favorite trick. I think it's gonna be a turn and a shove it. A turn, shove it, and monkey drop.
Oh wow. Okay. All in the same wave or the same run?
No.
No.
Monkey drop and shove it are really hard to do together with the turn. That's really hard.
But you've also been being taught. You have a teacher out here in Cabo, right?
Yes.
Who's that?
His name is Eloy.
Eloy. He's very good too, right?
So, and I've also been working on an Air 360.
Woo. So.
It's really hard.
Okay. So you skim a lot, you surf a lot. Where's your favorite wave to surf?
In California, it's Doheny. Here, I think it's Old Man's.
Old Man's?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you really have shredded. About a month ago, I was on a wave storm. He was on his board, and he cut me off. The very first time you've ever done that. I'm trying to get you into waves, and I think I was going to catch one, and he cut me off. Proud moment for Dad that you're actually surfing and cutting what he's trimming, getting the high line. He's really surfing really well. So normally I'd be bummed out that people are cutting me off.
When I cut him off, so he was right here surfing. I cut him off.
Camera.
So he was right here surfing. This is him, and then I cut him off right here, and then I kept going like this, and then I did a floater, and then I accidentally went out with the floater.
Yeah, you were shredding.
Yeah.
Where else have we surfed out here? I think just Old Man's, right?
At Tuli's.
And Tuli's.
Tuli's, and then La Curva.
Okay. Get a little higher.
I mean, no, not La Curva.
Yeah, you didn't go out of La Curva.
I went out
Tuli's.
Tuli's and
Old Man's.
Old Man's and one more place. I forgot what it was.
Oh,
called.
Cerritos?
Yeah, Cerritos.
Cerritos, yeah.
I kind of went out. I just boogied at that place because my mom, again, didn't want me to go out because it was like it was like a rip current a lot.
So if you had to choose, your perfect day would be skimming, boogieing, or surf, or all of them?
I would say only skimming and surfing.
Okay.
Or no, all of them. Yeah, all of them.
So since this podcast is called the Savage Watermen, and you can see in the background here we have surfers and we have fighting, the yin and yang of life for our life.
Yeah.
So, do you train?
Yes, I do train.
What do you do?
So
well, first, how did you start training? What was your first discipline?
So when I started training, I was 4 when I first started training. I think.
In what sport?
Krav Maga. That's what it was. That's what the sport was called.
Well, the mixed martial arts is Krav Maga.
Yeah, so the mixed martial arts is Krav Maga. So I started when I was like 4 years old. I practiced on kicks. I practiced on hits. I was like really floppy. I was like that, and I didn't bring it back. I was like that, but I didn't bring it back that much. So, but now I do it like this. So that's better than just this.
You gotta do it on the camera though.
Like this. This is worse than this. That's better. So
you worked on your kicks. Did you work on your punches?
Punches, yes. I worked on my headlocks, getting a headlock and getting out of the headlock. And then I worked
choke from behind,
choke from the side, choke from the other side, and choke from the front.
Arm bars.
Arm bars. I practiced grappling. That was my favorite. We always get to do like free grappling, so that was my favorite because we always got to grapple. Because I was like, let's do grappling, guys, because I love grappling at that point. But the saddest part was it got taken down, like for
what was taken down?
The studio.
Well, the studio because they were extending the 405 freeway. So they had to move locations, but then they moved closer to us where we used to live in Huntington Beach, and you still rolled there, right?
Yeah, but the only sad part is that they took it down. That's the only part.
Yeah, but the one they did was closer to us, but then we moved. So then after we moved, what do you do now? What did you do?
So now, I don't.
But first off, what belt are you in Krav Maga?
Belt? Oh, I was a blue belt.
Well, you still are a blue belt. Did you lose your belt?
I still am, but we're not living there anymore, so we're not there anymore.
Okay, so then we moved, but that doesn't mean because you moved away that you lose your blue belt. You're always going to be a blue belt.
I don't know why I said that.
Okay, so then we moved to San Clemente, and where did you pick up in San Clemente?
I picked up a lot of surfing there.
No, as far as fighting goes.
I don't really remember what I picked up.
We went to Fight Strong. It's in San Clemente. And And Adam is the instructor.
Yeah, and there's a lot of jiu-jitsu there they mostly do jiu-jitsu, and boxing. So I usually go to the jiu-jitsu one because I hurt like my hip or my back on the fighting one.
The boxing?
Yeah, in the boxing, I forgot what I did, but I didn't want to go there because I got hurt.
So you did jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah.
How do you like jiu-jitsu?
I love jiu-jitsu. They do like takedowns and then do jiu-jitsu. It's more fun when you do the takedowns and then jiu-jitsu.
What's your number one way of getting somebody down?
I think it's like when you grab the shirt and then grab the shirt and then grab the arm and then you put your foot behind him and then you take it down.
Mm. So you ready? You think when we get back, or maybe when we stay out here, you want to do a tournament
Sure.
where you compete against other kids who are your level?
I think you have to get like a high right on your level of the belt.
That's who you would
Like
grapple with, or compete against?
No, so when you get a belt, every time you get a belt, you have to win a tournament to get a belt in that place. That's what.
Well, I think it's one way to get advanced, but you can win tournaments, but you're not gonna. If you have a tournament twice a month, you're not gonna elevate your belts just every time you win or compete, right?
Yeah.
It's just one way. I remember Adam telling you, it's one way for you to advance higher is by doing competitions and stuff. So if we go back to the States and we're there for a while, we'll start getting you some competitions.
Yeah.
Do you think it's important for kids to train?
Yeah, because if somebody like breaks into the house and like both of them are your parents are sleeping and they don't hear it, and if you hear it and if you can't wake them up because they're like dead sleep, you should go and get them.
So does it give you confidence in school?
Yeah.
How?
By if a kid like bullies you and like tries to hit you, you have to block it in case that happens so you can like do something else back. Like I had to do that like 3 times at my school before. One of the kids tried to hit me 10 times in the back and I was like, okay, that's the limit. Right.
So you don't ever use what you know in your training.
Only if they do that to you.
Only if you have to defend yourself or something like that happens, then you know what to do, right?
Yeah.
You don't ever use it to pick on people. You use it to protect people. Like maybe if somebody else is getting bullied, you use what you know and try to help them out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't ever use it on anybody just because you're trained and go out of your way to try to be a bully, right?
Yeah.
That goes against everything mixed martial arts is about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's important, right, to go train, get better, learn different moves, and keep getting better and better so that you're well prepared, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what do you think about surfing? Should people start surfing?
They should. They probably should because when you get to do it, it's really fun. The only thing that's not fun is when you have to dodge a bunch of waves. When it's like really, really, really big. Like today was kind of big. It wasn't really big though. I had to keep dodging a bunch of waves.
How did you dodge a wave?
So all I have to do is get off my board because I don't know how to duck dive. So I just get off my board and go under the wave.
So that's dodging it? Cool. Okay. So what is your goal in training? Like, how do you want to be a black belt? Do you what do you want to do?
My goal is to be a black belt, pretty much.
Yeah. And how long do you think that's going to take?
I think like a couple years.
Yeah.
Because you get maybe like 10 years or something. Because you get like 2 belts a year.
2 belts a year? Well, I think when you're older, it takes a lot longer to get belts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's hard for you to get belts?
Yeah. It takes a long time. The professor, like this case would be Adam. He'd have to make sure you know a lot and know all the moves and are capable of handling yourself before you get a different belt. So have you ever boxed before?
Yes, I boxed my dad a lot.
Oh, you boxed me?
Yeah, we boxed at our old house. We had like a playroom that's made out of carpet, and me and him used to box there.
Who would win?
Kind of. So me sometimes and him sometimes.
Oh.
Because we usually grapple, and I usually win the grapple, and when we box, he usually wins the boxing.
What about Muay Thai? You know some Muay Thai?
Muay Thai kicks?
Kickboxing?
Not really. I still want to learn that.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
But you got a lot of good techniques on the things that you do know, right?
Yeah.
So what would you tell kids right now if they're interested in going and train? What would you tell them?
I would say that it's really fun. It helps you with your training, so you don't get attacked. Like if somebody tries to take you at your school, like if you're at school and if they're they made a actual teacher sick, and then they replaced for that teacher, and then they try to kidnap you, you would have to know that.
So you've been taught, like when somebody tries to grab your arm,
Yeah.
there's techniques that you know to get that guy to let you go, right?
Yeah, sometimes you have to do this,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes.
Well, like if I grab your arm like this, you remember what to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
That's
what?
one
You
of them.
kick and hit.
Yeah, do
You attack your attacker,
yeah, do
right?
anything possible. If they grab your whole body, you would recommend to do this.
And what do you yell when you're running away?
Fire.
Why do you yell fire and not help, help, help?
Because they might think, does help, help, help? Might think, the kid doesn't need help. But fire means oh God, there's a fire?
Would you run to somebody yelling help or fire more?
I would usually say fire because that's what they tell us.
No, I know you, but if you're walking around and somebody yells help, would you go help them?
I'll look, even if they're not in danger, I'll be like,
Okay, but what if they yell fire?
I'll go help.
You go help them?
Yeah.
What if you don't see any smoke?
So I'll help.
Either way, you're paying attention and you're looking around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What can you tell me a little bit about your shirt right now? What is that your favorite?
So this is my favorite shirt. It's called This is my dad's company. It's called Happy Beach Vibe, and the back.
Why is it your favorite though?
Because on the back it has my dad on it.
Just scoot over this one more.
The surfer is my dad.
The surfer is your dad.
Yeah.
So this is one of my favorite shots taken by one of our friends out here in Cabo, and the arch is behind me, and I'm doing a nice off the top smack, and she caught it. She caught that picture. It was awesome. So I asked my designer to make it into a t-shirt, and there it is. So you got your dad surfing on your back, right?
Yeah.
So when we get home, I'm gonna talk to the designer, and I got some pictures of him, and we're gonna get you on a shirt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea what pictures though.
Well, let me choose. You got some really good skimming ones.
Yeah, I hope. I really want it to be. Oh shoot, we didn't get that in a picture of the floater.
The floater? Yeah. I wish I had my GoPro because you were doing really well that day. That was some great surfing, and it was only me, you, and that other guy that we met. His friend had already gone in, but you were shredding. Yeah, that was good days. So, you have anything else to say about surfing, about fighting, about anything?
Yeah, about cliff diving.
Oh, cliff diving. Go ahead. What do you got about cliff diving?
I'm a really good climber. I should. Me and my friends always race on top of rocks and up rocks and straight. We run across them because we're really, really good at rocks, and we never fall. Because we also we go on a really high rock, we jump down onto a rock, and it doesn't hurt because we always land. And then we climb up really, really high to a rock, and there's the ocean down, and then we just jump. And then sometimes I climbed up to a rock, and there's a trampoline under there, and then I jumped on the trampoline. I'm not joking.
You're not joking? That really happened?
Wait, forgot. That never happened.
You're just making up stories here?
No. The other ones I did, but the trampoline one, no.
So what's a perfect day for you? If you could wake up, maybe train, then do some surfing, some skiing. What's your perfect day?
Okay, my perfect day would be wake up, call my friends, and play a little bit of game, and then eat breakfast, go climb, and then train a little, and then go climb some rocks and do cliff diving, and then climb some rocks, and then go surfing, and then for like an hour, and then skimming for like an hour, and then boogieing for like an hour, and then calling my friends back in the night.
Cool.
No, and going to dinner, and then like the office or Cascadas, and then Cascadas, and then coming back and calling my friends after, and then brushing my teeth, and then going to bed.
Wow, that sounds eventful. I didn't hear school in there at all, though.
Yeah, because I don't like school.
What? You like Spanish? You like math? You're really good at math.
I do not like math. Trust me,
Good
I
at
don't
math.
like math.
Well, I
I'm
do
good
trust
at it,
you.
but I don't like it.
Well, yeah, you like school.
I don't know.
Well, it was great talking to you and learning about your fighting and surfing.
Thanks.
Want to say anything else before we go?
I think I'll just say bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
And Shaka?
Savage Watermen.
Yeah.
Peace out.
See you guys.
Bye.